See if the mic's on now. We got to see if the mic's on. And I tell you, this mic might have a short. Okay, see, you be sure and let me know.
The COVID crisis was the first order of business today for Joe Biden and his new running mate, Senator Kamala Harris. They appeared together for the second straight day and called for a nationwide mandatory mask order. Here's CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden said today it's time for every American to mask up.
Every governor should mandate.
Sound just went out. Can you guys hear me? You guys, welcome to the episode, if you can hear me. We had a mic short yesterday. Ordered a new mic. But I don't know if it's shorting, which sucks. Which means that you're going to have to put up with this thing. Welcome to episode 15. Shit, man. I don't even know. 154, the Casualties of War. And speaking of war, we got a lot going down, man. We got a lot going down. Am I okay, Josh? Sound just went out. All good now. All right, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. If it goes out, you text me. You will, but when I got this ready for you. All right, great. Great. Guys, thanks for being here. Happy Thursday. It is a rainy day. Cold. Good things are happening. They are. And even though I started you with Biden and Harris, good things are happening.
Famously told a voter, I want you to look in my eyes when he's not wearing the mask, because I've never seen a man that liked the mask. Look, I'm all for it. We have a big weekend, distance on the weekend, and all of that stuff, and wear your mask when you're close together in particular, and wash your hands, all those things. We have Labor Day weekend coming up. But did you ever see a man that likes a mask as much as him? And then he makes a speech, and he always has it, not always, but a lot of times he has it hanging down. Because you know what? It gives him a feeling of security. If I were a psychiatrist, right? No, I'd say this guy's got some big issues. Hanging down. Congressman, give me your mask. I want to have it hanging from my ear. I don't want to touch your damn mask. Mike, I'll never touch your mask.
This is the first time that we have seen this. Now, keep in mind, there was one photo that was released. It was on another uncredited website that we saw go viral of President Trump in a mask. But this is the first time that the pool, the White House press corps, which gives the media to the public, has had access to President Trump.
The Biden campaign.
So I want to get this shit over with because I just want to make sure that you know what's happening on the field, the infantry around us. The battlefield is full on. It is full tilt war right now. What they told you was a mandatory 2-week mask thing is exactly what everyone said it would be. It's 3 months now. The last thing that Kamala Harris has said is that for the next 3 months they're slowly slipping out exactly what everyone said, basically. That the time frame will expand as we move forward, and both sides are pro-mask. If you are superficial, you will think that Trump is the anti-masker and Biden is the pro-masker. In fact, that's been exactly what's been pushed the whole time. They want you to show the extremes. Remember, the Hegelian dialectic can be used for good or bad, and in this case, they're using it for bad. but they're setting one pole and the other. These are your goalposts, and they moved your goalposts from masks are retarded to masks help me suck the government's teeth. Or cock, and we moved all that to masks are important, to master vital. Masks are important, to master vital. And Trump is masks are important, and Biden is masks are vital. And that is all it takes to convince a white belt or a yellow belt. Holy shit! I've got to run to masks are important. Because masks are not vital. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes. When you've been shamed so much that you've finally given up, that is all it takes to move you.
The Biden campaign invited us to Lancaster. Feet apart, and we kept our masks on the whole time. Joe Biden says we need to see more of that. Mr. Vice President, you know this has not been a good day as far as the pandemic is concerned. Alarming numbers coming out of our 3 largest states, Florida, California, especially Texas. I know you've been critical of the president's handling of the pandemic in the past, but let's look ahead. If you became president tomorrow, what would you do differently regarding the pandemic and getting these surging cases now under control?
I would go back to making sure that everybody had masks, that you had PPE lined up. We have been making sure we stockpile all the things that we need.
I'm sorry, guys. Can you hear me now? I bet you can. Fuck. Sorry. I'm sorry. We're going to get this fixed. I'm assuming you can hear me now. We think that some people think because we watch this charade, because we watch Biden in the charade, I can imagine the chat's mad right now. If you didn't hear me, audio went out yesterday. We got a new mic coming. It's just not here yet. But anyway, watching Biden, you're under the impression that there are people out there that thinks masks are important. And I know that some of you have seen Karens, that you think that that means that there are people out there that think masks are important. And that's not true. That is not true. There are no people out there. There are no people out there that think masks are important. I realize that this has to sound counterintuitive. But there's no one out there that thinks masks are important. It's the machine that thinks masks are important. The machine. And you see people that you think believe masks are important. And you see them because you cannot see the machine. The machine is invisible. The machine is an EMF, an electromagnetic frequency. Energy, frequency, vibration. All right? And the machine, sorry, the squirrel. The machine itself is broadcasting this EMF signal. It's sending it out through the ether. And anyone that's empty, anyone that does not have integrity in their electrical field, I'm not talking about truth telling. I'm not even talking about truth seeking. I'm talking about electrical integrity, something that you might call confidence. Something that you might see as even words like charisma. Something that you might see that you can't put your finger on it, but for whatever reason, it has been so long since the Hummer's been here. I just had to throw that out. It's really good to see you, baby. Welcome back, baby. Get your drink in. Take your drink. Oh, yeah. Drink it in, baby. Ain't nobody gonna bother you down here. You got all the time in the world. Take a break from the rain. Enjoy yourself from the nectar of life. Anyway, the machine is vibrating inside of people that do not have electrical integrity. It's a hollowing sound, and that hollowing is people abandoning themselves in public. And they abandon themselves for years. This isn't new. Your grandparents abandoned themselves in public. Your parents abandoned themselves in public. You abandon yourselves in public. Your kids are abandoning themselves in public. Hopefully, you have found a sine curve wave where you were abandoning yourself less and less and less as your DNA line grows. Because you are not yourself, you are your DNA line. That's why your parents can enslave you. That's why I don't have the tip of my penis. And Mom, it's okay. I know that if I have kids, or if I had kids, or if there's a kid out there that I don't know I had, that I may have actually done something to enslave them too. That my own abandonment, my own addictions, my own lack of integrity would cause this same thing. And for me to truly understand and grow, I would need to have compassion for how much my mom had to endure from the abandonment that was given to her by her parents. And each of us are becoming thick. We are becoming thick. The rust that's inside of you and me, the tarnish is slipping. And it's slipping because of the corona. The truth of the light of day, which is happening right now in front of you, is causing you to be cleansed. It is causing others to tarnish more. The ones that cover up, the ones that evacuate, the ones that empty themselves to the echo, are rusting in air. The salt underneath the undercarriage of their car is thick. And that deadpan will chip through in no time. And it already has. It already has, because their gas tank, their egoic electrical gas tank, is already empty by at least 85%. They think that by driving around with no ego, that this makes them good. When in fact, having no gasoline makes you selfish. It makes you selfish. We got to fix that word. Ugh. It makes you less compassionate. Why? Because you're about to run out of gas. You're not going to wait for the grandma to cross the road. You're going to gun it. If it's yellow, you're going to gun it. You're not going to sit there, wait for a whole light while you're wondering, am I going to run out of gas? Am I going to run out of gas? Am I going to run out of gas? That is the echo of the machine. The machine. And Joe speaks for the echo. Trump speaks for the echo. They speak for the goalposts. And while you're arguing which one's good or bad, not you, but, okay, that guy. While that guy's arguing over which one is good or bad, you understand that actually they're just evacuated. That in order for one to be on top of the pedestal, to lead, which is technically to follow the zeitgeist, that they would have to completely evacuate themselves to serve the machine. It's the only way. Those who serve the machine the best will rise to the top of the machine. The machine will use the ones that serve it the best. Alex Jones serves the machine. Alex Jones isn't good or bad. Alex Jones is evacuated. And because he's evacuated, he will follow and push whatever rumors required in order for him to stay on top. Jordan Sather fell for the blue space chicken. Blue space chicken. Jordan Sather. All of us are susceptible. Every one of us is susceptible to this. Even me. And our integrity is tested more today than it was yesterday, and more tomorrow than it was today, and even more the day after that as it was tomorrow. And I know that makes it seem like, well, James, that means it never gets easier. And it doesn't get easier, but you're under the false impression that it's only going to get harder. That's a false impression. And I'm here to give you a pep talk right now because you need to understand that. Yes, you were inside the trash compactor on the Death Star. I will give you that. And those walls are closing, and it is going to seem like this is only going to get worse. This is only going to get worse. This is only going to get worse. But my friend, every time you endure another day, you gain more power that you can't see. Why can you not see it? Because it's subtle. It's a slow buildup. It would be like you staring at a plant and going, James, I want you to watch the philodendron there grow. And I could stare at that plant forever and I would not be able to see it grow. But if I stared at it for 3 days, it would grow. You could take pictures, you could analyze the difference, you would know that. You would know that. But me as watching it, I would not be able to see it. And that is your energy. Your energy grows because your prana is a life force. And what does life do here on this world? It forces itself to grow. What does every vine in the world do? It grows. It finds root and it climbs. And you are living biology, which means your plasma has to be the essence of living biology. It's the living soul of life. But you can't see yourself grow. And you think that if yesterday was so fucking hard because you were trying to get in this store and you didn't even want to go to the store. You didn't even want to. But your grandma needed medication. You had to get in there and get it. You had to get it. How are you going to fucking get it? Because they're like, you have to have a mask on. And you try to just walk in anyway. You sat out there and you're like, and you built up your charisma field and you walked in and this bitch behind the counter just fucking, get out of here, you have a mask. And you're defeated. You're defeated and you don't know what to do because you got to get the medication. You're just like, no, I'm not leaving without my grandma's medication. And there's all this intrigue, man. There's all this intrigue. And it's building and building and you're like, I got to get that. I got to get the medication. I got to get it. And the lady's looking at you like, how dare you? How dare you want to get medication for your mom? How dare you want to do it? You get out of here without a mask. And the next thing you know, you're just like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? And I know how that feels. And you go home and you're just like, holy shit. And you're victorious. You have the medication, but you're spent. My God, you're spent. You had no idea that today was weight training day. You had no idea you were going to be lifting all that muscle today. You honestly thought you were just going to go pick up some medication for grandma. And so right now you're at home and you're thinking, holy shit, this is only going to get harder. Yeah, I made it today, but how the fuck am I going to make it tomorrow? And that's why I'm here to tell you. That growth that you cannot see is pure electric muscle. And that electric muscle, you will find, will not make this harder. This is training, which means every day you're going to be coming in and you're going to be exerting yourself to your maximum potential. And then you're going to be going home. That is Dojo Earth. That means on day one, the amount of effort you put in is going to be equal to day 10, to day 20, to day 30. And because you were on day one, you are not able to fathom, how the fuck am I going to bench 400 pounds? How the fuck am I going to do that? And you can't even fathom it. And so you could use this opportunity to shoot yourself in the foot. You could turn into a victimhood bitch right now. And it would be easy. It would be easy. I wouldn't even lose respect for you. Because if you made it this far, it'd be like, fuck yeah. The wood chipper's gonna take us anyway. Hey, baby, welcome back. Have yourself some lovely, lovely nectar. Have a good day now. Enjoy. Hope that music's not too loud. Let me know if it is. I've got the levels turned down. But when I switch to Hummingbird, it'd be great if I knew that that's not pissing people off. I really like those tunes, though. People have been like, you should get rid of the music. And I'm like, you should eat a bag of dicks. I might get rid of the music, though. Weirder things have happened. So, guys, realize where you are. But realize that you're growing every day. Even your losses, believe it or not, your losses are causing more growth. They're causing more growth. Because when you found your limit, you know you can go home that day and go, fuck, I found my limit. I found my limit. So we have a lot to do, guys. And your job is not to win. It's not. All you have to do is make it expensive. Guys, the second you go into this thinking that you have to defeat Babylon, that we have to defeat Babylon, that we have to rise together and come together and quick, we must, it's that is victimhood. I know it doesn't look like it. I know it doesn't look like it, but do you understand when people were crawling on the planes and the boats during World War I and World War II, when men were becoming procedure, when they were given a gun, they were given victimhood. And I know that's like, what? But they were given a uniform, they were given the instrument to kill, and they were given a ticket to victimhood. And they took it. They took it. And the moment they shot is the moment they signed that contract forever. I mean that forever. I am the result of the victimhood of my father, a Marine Corps veteran, who signed that victimhood ticket in Vietnam. My grandfather did the same thing. My uncle, my brother, and even me. And we are resonating that same contract. And it probably doesn't start with my grandfather. It probably goes further back. And you are the same. And so I want you to understand that you're a train, buddy. You're a train. You just happen to be the engine right now. And at the very, 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 very back of that caboose, your great, not so great grandfather is all the way the fuck back there. And the decisions that he made, good or bad, are either pushing or pulling your train right now, right? How greasy are his wheels? How willing is he to follow? How rusty are they? How much are they slowing you down? And that's your entire DNA line. You're not a slave to that. You're an inheritor of that. And the moment you start bitching about, oh, well, I clearly have some epigenetic trauma that means, I'm a fucking victim, you're discounting every single gift they gave you. Do you know how long it took? How long it took these guys to develop enough sense to go, I'm not going to shoot that guy. He's wearing a red hat. I'm wearing a blue hat. I don't know why I need to shoot him. Look at where we came. Look at from whence we came, and you will understand how amazing and how hard. Sorry. Bird's looking for it. Should really help him out. That's all I ever do is help the squirrelies and these guys, man. Give me some of that too. There we go. So, now's make or break time. You can't fall into victimhood. In fact, you need to start to really, really understand how well you've done. How well you've made it. Because it is go time. It is the final round. Yes, it is round robin, final round, semifinals, quarterfinals. And you've made it. And I know you're like, how the fuck am I going to keep going? I know some of you are like that because we each have our days like that, and that's good. And I'm here to remind you, you don't understand how much you're growing. You don't. Look at this fuck. Cobra Commander. Cobra Commander wants you. He wants you. And you're not going to give it to him. And it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot to not give it to him. When I say a lot, what I mean is that you're in Babylon. And you don't understand how much of Babylon is in you yet. I'm the same. And the sooner we understand that this never belonged to us, Babylon itself never belonged to us, the sooner we start to really, really find our integrity, our own truth, our own constitution, our own electric solidity. And this gets easier. It gets more, you get stronger. It doesn't get easier.
Yeah, Facebook Live. I have no problem with giving you my information. Why don't you call your commander? I'd like to talk to him. No, I want to talk to him.
I'm gonna go ahead and walk off.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes.
You know why?
Okay.
Where's the paper?
Wait, I have the keys in my
I'm gonna
bag.
be over there. I'm gonna be watching.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
I'm just watching the tyranny on the beach, sir. I'm just watching the tyranny of this governor of California. He doesn't have the right to do what he's doing, and I'm fighting against it.
Do you want me to take it back?
No, my ID's in it.
Okay.
They might want it.
Yeah.
I'm a registered nurse, and I know this is all fake. I'm a district manager registered nurse, okay? So this whole thing has nothing to do with COVID. This is a new world order government trying to take over California, and we just don't want to stand for it anymore. We had almost 200 people down on the beach in Laguna Beach yesterday.
That the police and nursing, medical staff have a really good relationship, right? But we don't want to be in a position now where we have to do some kind of enforcement action, especially on a medical professional, when we're asking for adult decision making here and a little bit of.
See, here's like, this is what I need for this small little old blonde lady. This is what I need. I'm fine. How are you?
What's going on?
I don't understand why we have to leave the beach when Governor Newsom does not have the right to close our beach. And why are you following his rules?
Listen to this. He's about to show
They're
you
fighting that. I read it on Friday.
the electrically empty. The
When
only
are we
electric
gonna
field
fight
this man
back?
has.
You know, don't you want your stores to open, sir?
Here it comes.
I would. Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm on the same page. Trust me. I'd love for the stores to be open. I'd love
I'm
for the
you.
beaches to be open. We all do. We all do. But unfortunately, it is what it is. If we can't change that.
But unfortunately, it is what it is. And we can't change that. I would love, says the cop, I'm here to protect and serve. I would love to protect and serve. I would love that. But unfortunately, we cannot. And you can see the outer shell of that man is his uniform. It's all he can do is show her the shoulder. Do you see these bars, baby? See these bars? That means I'm empty. That means I don't even dress myself in the morning, baby. That's what it means. It means my electrical integrity comes from these bars. And that's why my moral decision is to tell you, you know, I'd love to protect and serve. But I can't. Because this is just the way it is. It's just the way it is. And I realize you're there bleeding. But it's just the way it is. Hang on a second. We just had a squirrel whirl, sorry. Chipmunk came in, the red squirrel ran off the gray squirrel. The gray squirrel's bigger. If that's not a lesson for you, I don't know what it is. The red squirrel's half the size of the gray squirrel, and he runs him off. The electrical integrity of that man stops and ends at his uniform. Why? Because that's all he does is wear the uniform. And when you wear that uniform, you actually forget what you're doing. You're shedding your own electrical integrity because this is a stronger one. This is a low-calorie electric field around that cop. It's low calorie. That woman, it was one of her and 3 or 4 cops. And she was winning. She was winning. She was standing her ground, and she was winning. 1 against 4. How does that electricity work? You know how it works. You do. You know exactly how this works. By the way, we talk about this all the time in the dojo. More personal. I'm not saying you have to join the dojo, but if you were to join, you'd understand this more because it's more about a day-to-day life. We start to see this every day in our lives because there are people every day that are fighting this right now. Right now. My Facebook friend Teresa here. Hang on a second, guys. I just have to pull this up. I'm going to read this to you. Hey, James. Did you see what my friends and I did on Monday? We successfully opened that same closed beach in Carmel. We served 5 government officials in Monterey and 5 in Santa Cruz a notice of violation 3 days prior, telling them that if they stopped us from accessing the beach and parks, we were going to strip them of their qualified immunity and sue them for everything they may ever own. Along the way, we told the crowded streets that there was no pandemic, and then marched right onto the sand like we owned the place. Because we do. The one police car that had been patrolling the water's edge drove off like his ass was on fire the moment he arrived, never to return. We tore down the police tape, and the floodgates of people were open to come join us. I think it was the best day of our lives. The camaraderie of knowing what we had accomplished together was so thrilling, and it being in exactly the same spot where I'd been violated just a few months ago would be a hard feeling to describe. And Teresa is you. She's you. She's growth in you that you didn't know was happening. You didn't know that you did that. Because you've been staring at yourself too long. You're not able to see the growth happening around you. You were getting stronger. You were getting stronger, and this is proof. And there's so many freaking heroes like this right now. There's so many badasses right now that are doing this. Teresa Bacola, thank you so much for kicking ass. Thank you. Nate Hinksman was thrown off Facebook today. He was bitching about Zionists. I think he's in a 5-day Facebook jail. And right now, Nate be like, fuck, how are we going to win this, man? I can't even bitch about how gross some of these people that call themselves Christians are. And he's got to feel down right now because he's like, fuck, why am I even doing this? 5 days out now? Why am I even doing this? And if Nate's feeling that way, I'm not saying he is feeling that way, it's because he's not seeing the growth. He's not seeing all the kick-assedness that's happening all around him. Eat a bag of dicks. Eat a bag of dicks. That's exactly what Lisa's going through right now. Her building gave her a $2,000 fine for not wearing a mask. It's gotten so bad that she can't live there anymore. She understands that building never belonged to her. That building's Babylon. And the people inside, they're not concerned about masks. They're not. The housing board that she appealed to, those people themselves, they're not people. They're badges. They're stripes. And I would imagine there's like a table and they're sitting behind it. They're like, yes, this feels good. And that has to be hard. She's probably moving to Mexico. She's taking all of her prana, all of her energy that was in America, and she's like, hey, eat a bag of dicks. And you know what she's doing? She's not trying to defeat Babylon because she knows that would make her a victim. What's she doing? She's making it expensive. Expensive as fuck. And the whole time we're looking at our energy and we're like, how can I make this expensive? And the answer is not to throw a tantrum. The answer is not to freak the fuck out. The answer is to ground. The answer is to find that ground and make it expensive. You don't have to defeat them because your entire job in this life is to energetically make things that you believe in economical and things you do not believe in expensive. And that's your only job. And if you take that to the extreme, you'll enter into this Zionistic fever, this germ theory thinking where I must destroy this. And you don't have to destroy. None of nature does that. Nature is all about, hey, I think I'd love for bees to come. I'm going to put some pollen on my stamina. Or I'd like for bees to leave me alone now. I'm going to stop secreting pollen. And it's not a we must kill the bees. It's not a we must worship the bees. It's I'm just going to make it expensive for bees. Or I'm going to make it economical for bees to do this. And that's all it takes. And this machine that I'm telling you is going to eat us all eventually. Not in an idealistic way. I know it feels that way. When you get eaten, the convictions that you have inside you still, that's your prize. That's your trophy. That's who you truly are. That's who you truly are. And we got this, guys. I know it doesn't seem like it, but we got this. These guys are eating bags of dicks. You know, I've shown you the drawing, right? That the mask, on the other side of the mask, is a dildo. It slips down their throat. We are winning this because the truth is shining through. What you're watching happening is people, shells dissolving. And the reason why their shells are dissolving is because it didn't have integrity. And what happens when they don't have integrity? They feel shame. And what do you do when you feel shame? You cover up. And so every mask you see, you were watching progress. Every mask you see, you were watching growth happen. You were watching the shame of growth. And if you give that compassion, if you look at that person and say, oh, you're secreting shame, you're witnessing that for them and you're helping it to happen even more, which means you need to look at them in compassion. You need to look at the very enemy, the one that you think is causing all this trouble, and realize that's not a person, that's a machine. And the machine will only eat my anger. I can do this another way, and with compassion, you will bring that human back. They will remove their own stripes. They will remove their own mask, because they will see that you're resonating on the idea that the human in them is more important than the machine in them. And their paycheck, their promotions, the number of commas in their fucking paycheck is the machine in them. And the number of humans, the number of memes, the number of jokes, the number of times they laugh a day is the human in them. And this is not a fight between good and evil. This is a fight between yourself and the lack of yourself. And you are fucking kicking ass. And there are other people out there that are losing their shirt. And so when you look at it this way, we understand that we are all in the same dojo. We are all fighting the same machine, which means every human that you can find is going to be your ally, even if it's not a human. Right? You want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? Today's the new moon. And at Rhinebeck, I cast an intention. I said, I would like for every new moon for us to start a fire, for us to send a pulse into the ground. And I would like to see if we could cause others to contribute to this, because I want the ground to hear us. And because of the new moon, every new moon, the land is seeing that people with intention, people with plasma, are placing their intention in the ground, setting a fire, and telling the land, hey, psst, hey, the giants are home. The giants are home. And that pulse has been going for 3-4 months now. And it's happening all over. It's happening all over because this is the pollen. I am the living soil, and so are you. You are the immune system of the earth. You are its fingers and toes. You're its tongue and its ears. You are. You are the only instrument of morality in this entire place. Why? Because you're the only one that even knows what the word means. Humans. Humans are morality's instrument. And we need you right now. We need all of you right now. Even the ones in uniform. And they're waking up. I know a registered nurse in Raleigh. He doesn't talk to me anymore because he's the opposite of this lady on the beach. And I know his field isn't as strong as 4 cops. I know. He's on the other side with the cops. And they're both registered nurses. Aperture and Constitution determine your ability to see. Why? Because to see certain truth is painful. You know this right now. To see the truth of COVID is painful. You're like, I want to get grandma her fucking pills. But I see the truth of COVID, and it's that much more expensive. And everyone who doesn't have the integrity to see it has this free pass. The mark of the beast. Do you understand the mark of the beast? It's really the mark of the machine, isn't it? The machine. How dare we call it a beast? A beast is a beautiful living creature of God. A machine is an evacuated piece inside another piece inside another piece. And everything's splintered and everything's separate. It's into polygamy. It's into relativity. It's into majority rule ethics. It's into consent-based ethics. If I can get a consent out of you, I can do whatever the fuck I want to you. And what we call the beast is the machine hiding behind the word beast. Because this is the machine. This is the mark of the beast. And you may not buy, you may not sell, you may not trade, you may not engage without the mark of the machine. And you're seeing it right now in real time. And there are Ewoks, there are giants out there, there are humans that have so much fucking integrity that they will hike down to the beach in Scotland and they will grab the biggest fucking rock they can find 19 times and carry that shit home. Because they understand the sacrifice of carrying these rocks home is something that he can bring to land and say, hey land, psst, look at what I did for you. Look at what I did for you, land. I am making a peephole, land. I am making a peephole, and I'm using the zipper of fire. When I light that flame, what you're truly doing is you're opening a zipper in time and space, and you're looking into the realm of fire. You are looking at the raw element of fire it fucking self. This entire place is on fire right now, and we only have zippers to open it up. And there are magicians out there that are using those zippers to kill you, to destroy the West Coast, to destroy every single semblance of humanity it can to replace with a machine. And there are people that are saying, fuck you, eat a bag of dicks, fire's our friend. And these are 19 stones. And the salt that's going to go in the center is going to be felt, because that salt came all the way from here, from Rhinebeck. It came all the way from Scotland. It's hitting all of us now. And this weekend on Saturday here in Beach Mountain, I think 19 of us are actually showing up. I'm not sure exactly. But we're doing our own fire here. It's that important. It's that important. And I'm asking if you want to participate in this, if you want to join this, if you want to help us talk to land, please consider the first quarter waxing moon, the new moon. Anytime in there, if you can get a fire in the ground and set this intention and tell the ground, psst, hey, the giants are home. Give it 19 stomps, whatever you feel, make it your own. All of life is a pulse. Everything you know that's alive, that you think is alive, has a pulse. And we check pulse to see if something's alive. And when you check something, you're putting your awareness into it. You're giving it witness. So what are we doing when we're pulsing the land, my friends? We're giving her witness. Every new moon, we're giving her witness. And what we do is we're witnessing her heartbeat, the heartbeat of the cycles of the moon. And we're joining her. We're not setting our own rhythm. We're joining hers. We're giving it that push. It's like, yeah, 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 yeah. And this shit's going to get louder. Yeah, and louder. Yeah, and louder. Yeah, it's going to get louder and louder. Yeah, the more fires we have. And when you start tapping into land, you think you're powerful, which you are. Wait till you see how powerful the land is. Land, ancestors, that's all your energy. That's your energy, human energy. Air, ether, all the bullshit space program shit, right? The fake satellites, the satelloons, all this, that's machine. Yeah. Yeah, what they call space is machine. You've been told to worship space. You've been told to look up and go, oh, machine, I fucking love you, machine. Why don't you send me some Lord technology? And down below the whole time, your ancestors are like, will you please listen to us? Will you please remember us? And what is the space telling you? Forget. We have vacuum. We can help you forget. The land's like, we have soil. We will help you remember. And you've been taught hell is down and heaven is up. And I say neither one are there. Hell is one eye. Heaven is the other. That's right. This is the energy to leave, to dissipate. This is the energy to pull. Right? White magic lifts you up. It remembers your ancestors. That's memory, right? Ancestors are below you. Therefore, to remember your ancestors is to have white magic, which lifts you up. It lifts you up. It pushes you up from the bottom. Black magic is forget. It pushes you down. You're like, oh, it's pushing me down. It forgets. Amnesia, very important for this place to work. Memory. Amnesia, memory. Good, evil. 2 towers. We've been over this. Preaching to the choir. Preaching to the choir. If only we had an opportunity of vitriol where each of us could find the vitriol that's bothering us and cast it into this central fire for the purpose of transmuting it, to say, how can I turn this vitriol into something alchemical? The airing of grievance. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the airing of grievance. This is the time where you would list your vitriol. Tell me things that bother you. Tell me things you'd like to change. Tell me things you'd like to stay the same. Tell me things that make you happy. Tell me things that make you sad. I'll be reading those here. I'll be reading those here as soon as I can find the window. Here's the window right here. The airing of grievances. Oh, got a super chat from Deep Program. Heaven is our place on earth with karaoke. Thank you, man. Good to see you, James D. You guys need to check out James D's program, by the way. Good stuff on there. Good stuff on there. All right, let's get some grievances in. Let's get some grievances in here. Let's see what we got. Loved your video, Silver to D program. That's a good one. I'll say that out loud. Yeah, James D, you got some good videos coming on, man. I'm glad to see you. James D's in our dojo, and a lot of guys are striking out on their own, which is exactly what's going to happen. Nate Hinksman, my grievance is the Echo Nurse. Echo RN. Grievance time. Awesome. Steve, we are lighting our fire here in BC, Canada, in the Valley of Columbia at the dysfunctional Cafe Puppet Theater. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another fire. Thank you so much, Steve Cheshire. That's wonderful. Wonderful. I have a grievance. Where do you get off, says Dreamy Dudes. That's a good one. Jack68, stars don't lie, though, James. They do not lie. Okay. All right. Jax, that's a really good point. It's a really, really, really good point. James, I think we need a music playlist because you have great taste, you know, with all your free time. At the beginning and the end, I do show those musics, Chrissy, and I am working on getting the rest of these. Hey, I've missed some other super chats. Thank you for whoever sent those in. I'll find that. Let's see what's going on D Live. Any grievances on Gree Live? Why are you donating lemons? Woodwoes, it's a grievance time. You're supposed to be throwing lemons, not donating them. Hey, Gaia Bear, thanks for that. Thanks for the ice cream, Island J. My grievance is James should speak in that sexy voice all the time. Makes me feel weird. Hello there, Gaia Bear. I'd like to take some time here to slip inside your ears and tell those little tiny hairs that I know you're listening. Yeah, there you go. Woodwoes just gave me Ninja Genie. Thanks for that. Any other grievances here? I figured out how to make a similar sound with my mouth. Maybe I'll stream it one day. You do that, GMZ. We are under ver fire ban in Oregon. Let's be skinned alive, although it's steady to smoke. I don't think that a fire ban should stop you. But if you're covered in smoke, I get how that wouldn't be fun. It's not all of us have to do it, but the more of us do it, do it. It's sad how many at Rhinebeck have not done it. It's sad. But, man, that's what happens sometimes when you try and create stuff. This is why it's not even a failure for me, because there are some people that are. And Brent, man, fuck, he's putting so much work into these campfires. It's great. In fact, right now, Jason's here, Chris is here, Alejandro's here. Hopefully, Nate's on his way. So we've already started. And, you know, we're creating anti-Babylon. We sat along a fire last night. And, man, I was commenting on how it was amazing how little we needed to be there. All we needed to be there was the fire and water. I think we really wanted water. We're like thirsty. So we drank some water. and it was great. It was so anti-Babylon. There wasn't anything electrical around us at all. It was fantastic. And those flames are so real. They're so, man. It's hard to not believe in God when you see things like fire. When you understand what fire does, how it helps you, how it lets you communicate symbolically with the land. It's a great place, man. I really love this world. Can't wait for the new book. Thank you, Dubskins. I can't wait either. Dubskins, James, you are fucking killing it, brother. Thank you, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks. I've been trying to get back in the program, you know, and it's good. It's good to see you guys feeling that too. It does take a lot of calories making this expensive for them. It does. And that's your sacrifice. That's your sacrifice. The amount of hard this is. Moving to Mexico, going to jail, standing your ground in the dirt, getting kicked off Facebook, whatever it is, all these are different things. And they're all sacrifices that we're bringing. So you should be happy about that. The more they're making you sacrifice, realize that the more magic you're going to have from that. It's the anti-victimhood that's going to win this. And when you start to realize that, you will see it, guys. It's so powerful. Woodwoes. It worked, James. New Moon Fire here tonight. All right, Woodwoes. Thank you. Thank you. It's freaking awesome. The land, that was me. The land was telling you thank you, by the way. It was speaking through me there. It was speaking through me. So guys, don't let this get you down. Don't let the pressure, let the pressure help your muscles, not hurt. Because you're getting better, you're getting stronger. People are waking up every day. And every single time that they wake up, do you understand how much easier it's going to be for everyone else around them? See, right now we're looking at a very, very slow arc. Very, very slow arc. But it's already going, man. It's going. It's happening. It's happening. You got to stay strong. Deprogram video, says Caprice. Yeah, can someone get a link into James D's thing in chat? Okay, C Bear, if you got time for that, could you do that? I really want people to see his stuff. We should be subscribed to James D. He's dropping some serious rock. So was Silver, actually. There's a lot. The dojo is a great place. I think it's just what we need right now. You can join the dojo for $19 a month if you want. You could just try it out just for a month and see. You can do that by joining Patreon and make sure you're a tribe member. If you're in the dojo and you know you love it, sign up on jtrue.com for a whole year. You'll save some money. It's $99 a whole year. But basically, after the stream, we're doing a dojo. It's a group talk. It's not James True talking. It's a group talk. We have a moderator, and we're basically talking about this electricity. This man, we've learned the difference between confidence and bravery. Did you know there's a difference between those two? It's pretty profound. We're going to talk about that today, hopefully. It's a pretty profound difference between those two. All these things are going to help your integrity. It's going to help you be able to find that thickness in your energy field. It's not something you have to do. I bring this stuff in the live stream. But when it's on a one-on-one on a group, you're really hearing what everyone else is going through instead of just James. In fact, these people have been going through so much, they're releasing their own videos now, which is exactly what I wanted to happen. So, thanks, James. Great info. Thanks, Jay. Thanks for being here. I work at the VA hospital and have not seen anyone but me not have a mask on. Tony, you've got it. You're in the belly of the beast, aren't you? You're in the belly of the beast. Kisa, the dojo is super awesome. Thank you. Kessa. Sorry, it's probably Kessa. It's hard when you're reading names because I recognize your name, but I don't say it out loud. Amanda B, are you still mad at me? You tried to say yesterday I was making fun of magic. How could you think that? Amanda, I've done more to help magic in this world than anyone else I can think of. I'm serious. And explaining it as electricity is helping us. And yesterday in your comments, you're like, are you trying to make... It's like, no, of course I'm not trying to make fun of magic. Anyway, it's good to see you. All right, guys. I think that's good. No more grievances, I see. No more grievances. All right, we'll check one more time over here. Great to be here as well. That's not a grievance. That's great. I love it. I love it. So, Love Fire. Love the stream as well. Thank you, Gnosis PG. Thank you. And you just, Pretty Flat Bear just got a free month subscription. Thank you, Woodwose. If you guys want to check out on D-Live, it's a whole other crowd over there. It's a good time. It's a good time. Oh, I should mention, I'm pretty sure we're streaming on Facebook and Twitter, but I don't actually have a way to see or interact with you guys yet. The software doesn't work, so... James is magic. Nicodemus 11111. I will take that because all of us are magic. All of us have this. This is charisma's magic. If you find yourself attracted to someone, but maybe it's not even like a physical thing, you'll find that that's magic. Yeah, of course, sex, the sexual stuff is definitely magic too. But all magic is just magnetics, right? Magic, magnetic, magelectric, maybe. Magic, magelectric, magic. It's just simply attraction. Salt, oil, right? Man secretes the oil from woman. Woman secretes the salt from man. You know what I mean, Guy Bear. You know what I mean. So, guys, hang in there. Tell Babylon to eat a bag of dicks. Even if you have to fucking move to Mexico. You will not survive in a mask. You won't. You will not survive with stripes. It's not. It's a temporary thing. It's only going to make you feel good. The squirrel just said eat a bag of dicks. His toe just turned on the slide to eat a bag of dicks. All right, guys. Want to end the show here. I realize it's a little bit short, but I got people in town. I got a lot to do. I still need to send out emails to welcome to the dojo. You can catch today's dojo. It'll start in 30 minutes. Jason Day's our mod. And I think you'll have a good time there. And, yeah, guys. We got this. It's the best apocalypse ever. It is. It's the best dojo ever. And doesn't get easier, but it's not going to get harder. It's not. You're just going to get stronger. There are more out there than you know on your side, and there are less out there than you know that are against you. And that, my friend, is just truth. Should have turned the credits on. See, I'll get this eventually. Love you guys. Enjoy the new moon, man. Do a fire.
In a city full of sounds, I know my way around. We are of the same kind. Endangered species is hard to find.
I will release the lemons.
I need to go catch a high tide, 'cause I don't feel free. So I'm letting you know where I want to be. Driving by the shore, listening to a broken radio. Skyline neon lights are waking up the rangers of the night. Designated life. Feel the cold wind on my face. It's all around but leaves no trace. This is where I wanna be. I'm skipping stones into the sea. I'll give you some lone time. I need to go catch a high tide, 'cause I don't feel free. So I'm letting you know where I want to be. Driving by the shore, listening to a broken radio. Skyline neon lights are waking up the rangers of the night.
Man, I'm sorry, guys.